Okay, so today we will be, or rather, I will be showing you another new mod. Well, Box Manabat of Underdog Customs sent me a very nice device and really classy looking device, very yellow. And we will now go into the close-up and the breakdown of the parts, and this is all about the UDC or Underdog Customs Pro version 1.5. Okay, so this is the UDC Pro or the Underdog Customs Pro version 1.5, broken down into 5 pieces. So the whole unit is made up of brass. As you can see, it's all yellow. And for these 5 pieces, this is the bottom cap with the bottom firing switch, the lower sleeve, the middle sleeve, the upper sleeve, and the top cap. Now for the 3 sleeves, first thing I want to do is to show you how well machined these parts are. So this is the middle sleeve. It has 3 vent holes here. Also the inside part of the sleeve, and the 2 upper and bottom sleeves. Well, these 2 sleeves are interchangeable, so this is how it will thread. Very buttery smooth threads for the sleeves. So as you can see, there are this plenty of ridges designed on the sleeves. Really well machined with good craftsmanship. Now as for the bottom cap, you can see the really superb machining of these parts and well polished. So mine comes with my name engraved at the switch. Well, for the standard UDC Pro version 1.5, you will see the serial number plus the UDC logo engraved at the bottom switch also, but this is a sort of a special release for me. And for the center pin of the firing switch, this is made up of brass also, and the spring action of the switch is really very good, very easy to press. And also the finish of the plastic insulator is good, but there is no safety lock for the switch. Now for the top cap, you will see that it has a built-in 510 thread for the native 510 connection, and the center pin of the 510 connector is copper, that is solid copper. This is where the positive contact of the battery will come in contact with, no? So copper connection for this mod is really good. And again, the very fine machining of the part. The copper center pin is fixed or not adjustable. and that is the top cap of the UDC Pro. Now to assemble the UDC Pro for an 18650 configuration, you just screw in the bottom cap, insert an 18650 battery, this one with an AWIMR, adjust the 3 sleeves, and this is the UDC Pro in 18650 mode. Now with an IMR 18650, you can already see some of the threads peeking out very slightly on both ends of the middle sleeve. So if you are going to use, for example, a longer battery like the protected ones or the hybrids, or for example this EFES 18650, you will be seeing more of the threads peeking out. Now I believe the hybrid batteries are 18700, so you will definitely see more threads peeking out of the end of the middle sleeve when you are using those hybrids or other protected batteries. Now for the 18490 or 18500 configuration, you will not be having any problems with the threads. All you have to do is to readjust the 3 sleeves again and put in the top cap, and this is it in 18490 mode. Now for the 18350, just remove the battery and pop in the 18350 and the top cap again, screw it in, and you will be having the UDC in 18350 mode. Now in 18350 mode, there is this rattling inside the mod. I really want to try an 18350 protected battery, but I have no protected battery right now to test out if it will still rattle with the protected 18350. But with an 18350 AW, you will be having these rattling problems, and switching of the UDC Pro, you can still use the 18350 battery with the UDC Pro. It will still be very usable, with an exception of having a rattling battery inside and much longer throw for the switch. Okay, so that is the close-up of the UDC Pro version 1.5, and we will now test it with the Magnum rebuildable atomizer at 1.2 ohms, and I am still using the stock air hole for this rebuildable atomizer. Well, I really don't what you call this, I really don't like modified air holes for my atomizers now. I want to test it, and I want to use it in stock form so that I can show you how it really performs. So this is at 1.2 ohms with the freshly charged MyVape battery 18490, and we will be using the hookups vapor HK4 5050 PGVG, 6 milligrams nicotine content. So I would like to ask you guys to try these hookups also. This is really very good. And we will put in some juice. Okay, so this is the performance of the UDC Pro version 1.5. Oops, where's the hole? Okay. Hmm. Okay, so as you can see, there are plenty of vapor for this. Excuse me. Well, the UDC Pro really delivers a very good raw power for a full mechanical mod. And one more. So that is just a 1.2 ohm build with the UDC Pro. Power delivery is intense, or maybe very well, and there is no misfires at all. And for the throw tip, well, it really depends on the build of the atomizer, but with the UDC Pro, you can definitely feel the sudden rush of the battery, you know. And for the performance, I really like the performance of the UDC Pro. Really very easy to use. And what else? Oh, the switch. The switch is very easy to press. More like a feather touch for me. You can easily press it with your pinky finger without any problems, or you just dump your pinky finger onto the switch and it will fire. See? And really very soft and very rugged looking and easy to hold because of the ridges, the design of the sleeves. For the thumbs up, I like the power and the consistency of the mod, and I like the throw of the switch. Very soft, very easy to press, and I think the throw of the switch is maybe just around 1 or 1.5 millimeter for the switch, so you can really use the UDC Pro with much ease. And the design is also good, and it has these 3 vent holes for the battery, and I like the way that the 510 connector is machined. I have tested it with all my atomizers, and it really fit well. The thumbs down. One thumbs down for me is lock. There is no safety lock for the UDC Pro. With the soft button and no safety lock, I would rather advise you not to pocket this mod. Don't place it on your pocket, so you will not have issue of auto firing. And the gap of the atomizers, you see there is this almost 2 millimeter gap between the top cap and the atomizer. I want my atomizers flush on the top cap. Well, it is because the center pin of the 510 connector is fixed and not adjustable, and the slight peaking of the threads on the center sleeve. And what else? Maybe the tarnishing of the brass. I sure wish I've asked for the aluminum one or the stainless steel, and so that I will not have, kasi I really have no time polishing my mods. All I want to do is to just keep using the mods and place it on my desk and then use it again the next day. I don't want to see my mod changing color overnight, and the reason why I always collect stainless mods or sometimes aluminum material. I really rarely use brass mods. Well, that is my opinion. As for you who are watching right now, you might like this even with the brass material, so that is your choice. Now, if you will ask me if I will recommend this mod for its performance and for its overall looks, I am really recommending this mod. It is really a pretty basic mod which you can use regularly without any problems at all. I like this mod. Very unique for me. Maybe I will ask the UDC team to replace this one with aluminum or maybe stainless one, so that I can pair it with my other stainless steel mods. And that's it. Again, this is Prince Rivera, aka The Great, or Solman. Well, this is my call sign in my airsoft days. The Great of Pinoy Vapors Forum, giving you another review of another Filipino-made mod. So go buy yourself a UDC Pro and keep on vaping.